It's the grits. It's the glam. It's the grits. And ooh, you know the glam. Oh, it's the grits. It's the glam. It's the grits. And ooh, you know the glam. Oh.
We are back in the Grits to Glam studio.
We have our number one perfect
Just perfect.
favorite person ever, Miss Ella, on the
Hello.
podcast today.
Thank you guys for having me.
Oh my gosh,
on
thank
my
you.
favorite podcast ever.
Literally.
So excited.
Our favorite person.
When you came in, like, for the last couple minutes of Taylor's episode, we did get, like, some comments. People are like, where the fuck is the Ella episode? Like, y'all were saying, like, y'all were going to have Ella on. And, like,
Yeah, they waited quite a while to ask me.
we are
but-
very coveted spots here at Grits to Glam. So
I
you
mean-
really need to, like, just wait your turn. Because, like, we have
Obviously.
so many high-profile celebrities, like, waiting and banging at our home door.
I understand.
Right.
I knew I was going to be a filler episode, so I appreciate that I came before Harry, obviously. I know
right.
his schedule is booked and busy, so I am
Yeah.
glad that I got to get in right before you guys got him. You know.
Yes. I mean,
I know Kim K was supposed to come next week.
Yeah,
but, you know.
she's so busy,
So
but
busy.
we're gonna wait until like keep it.
she
with
might bring
Kardashians.
North with her too, though. I think.
Oh, okay.
Which will be fun.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Yeah.
So-
Did y'all see the season 2 promo
Trailer.
for it?
Yeah,
It was
pretty
fucking
good.
good.
I'm excited.
It was really good.
I'm
like-
so excited.
And we watched it during Knitting Club because it comes out on Wednesdays.
Oh.
So it's been like the perfect Knitting Club thing, and then it's been
Yeah.
gone the past, month or
I know.
2
When
months.
doesn't it come out? Soon,
September 20th or
Right? Okay, yeah.
Something.
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough.
We've got so much to look forward to. We've got that. We've got Taylor Swift's new album. We've got Harry Styles coming to LA. I'm just gonna be overwhelmed with things.
How many
happening.
shows are you gonna go to for Harry?
As many as I can get my dirty little paws on.
Okay, as you should, as you should.
I think 2.
2.
2 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try like 5. There are people going to like all the nights, and that is
How do
just,
people
have
have
to be
fun
rich.
for that?
I don't
Like,
know. I'm trying to find free tickets. So if anyone's like watching that would like to like provide me with, I mean, I'm a good time. I need to have an audition. Like, I'm a good time. I'll buy you a treat and or a drink, like popcorn. I'll like make sure we get good content. Like, I'll take pictures of you. Like, these are great things to know when you bring me to a show. So.
Obviously. Yeah, I think you would be a good companion for a concert.
Yes.
Well, we need
Yes.
3 tickets
Yeah,
because
so
like I know
3.
Patricia's
Please,
gonna. Me and Patricia have to go to one, and then now that you're here, we're talking
would-
about it. You're gonna
I
have
would love to,
obviously.
obviously.
Yeah.
Well, because isn't it also over Halloween?
Yes,
Like,
'cause he's
doing
doing like a
Halloween
Harry
shoot.
Ween thing here.
Harry-ween or something.
we got him from New York.
So I mean,
Bitches.
I don't know. I feel like I don't think I'd want to go to Harry Ween.
I don't want to go on Halloween.
Oh,
Me
I want to
either.
see what he dresses up as.
I do want to see that, but I also
I'll
think
see it
that
on
would be like the
Instagram about
crazy.
1 second after.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it would be live tweeting it at while at another party. We're like, oh my goodness,
oh,
Harry.
yes.
It's the best
I know. I'm
time.
like, I can't believe we have to start thinking about Halloween costumes again. I feel
Okay,
like we
I
just-
did not think I needed to until TikTok has been fucking feeding me Halloween content for the
Yes.
past 2 months.
Yes, and
Literally.
I'm like, I got like 3 today, and I was like, why?
I feel like people have never talked about Halloween this far in advance than this year.
Because they're trying to get their videos viral. I feel like and getting their
But like,
costume.
I swear to
costumes
God,
out.
the first ones I was seeing were in like July.
yeah.
I'm like, it's summer,
And people
babe.
decorating their houses, like the moms on TikTok are like fucking batshit. Like,
Oh, like the Turtle Creek Lane girl.
yeah, like
Do you know who that is?
No.
Oh, God,
wait.
yes.
Yes, I do know who that is.
Yes.
all of the videos are very satisfying, and I love their like hacks for like how they get there, like garlands all up, like it's
Yeah.
gorgeous. But like, babe, it's like July 4th, and you're
No.
doing.
Literally, I'm like, you can't. It went unless if there's a holiday before, you can't think of the one next. So
Right.
Labor Day is next.
You're right. And we have to
So,
celebrate Labor Day.
We must celebrate Labor Day,
Yeah,
as of course. And then isn't there even something before Halloween? Maybe not. And then after that, maybe you can.
my
start thinking
mom's
about
birthday,
Halloween.
like
Yeah. Well, then that's a national holiday.
So-
When's
obviously.
your mom's birthday?
September 8th.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Well,
right.
then
Yeah.
that's essential. But do you know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like, or when people are like thinking about
Christmas at Thanksgiving.
exactly. I'm
That's
like,
one
no.
thing I'll approve of.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm a big
Gotta get
advocate.
through Thanksgiving before you go.
Yeah, but it's like at the Macy's Day Parade, like the performance. You're like, okay, when it's over, like, okay, immediate Christmas, like,
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yeah,
Immediate
that's-
Christmas.
that, but
Okay.
like,
But if you're talking about Christmas a week before Thanksgiving,
Nope.
no.
Yeah.
Nope.
Okay, so you put up like I'd put up my Christmas tree probably like after Thanksgiving.
Yeah,
Yes.
correct.
Okay.
Approved.
Okay, well that's good.
Then you're fine.
Well, tell everyone who you are, what you do
I know,
now.
We're just talking about
We're
Harry.
just, like, talking about
Sorry.
Halloween and
Sorry.
Christmas and shit.
Well, I am Ella.
Hi, Ella.
Hell yes.
Thank you. Sometimes known as Ella Priya, which is technically my name. My last name is D'Souza.
Wait.
Most people think my last name is Priya.
I need to say something really quick. Me and Ella used to work together for
yeah.
like a very brief period of time.
Oh, I forgot.
And after like she had left and I was still working there, I went to Soho House with Ella to catch up. And I like could not like I'd met you so many times, like we're friends, like it's so weird. But then I couldn't remember your actual last name or how to pronounce it. So I'm saying to the Soho House guy like Ella Priya. Like he's like, you're a fucking idiot.
He's like, who?
Literally.
No, but that happens with a lot of people, especially here in LA, because I feel like anyone who has met me, you either have like seen my Instagram or like that's how, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
when you're in college, it's like your friends know your last name because
Yeah.
like you're going to class together, all that
And-
kind
yeah.
of stuff. And because like my last, like I go as like Ella Priya on like socials and stuff, and like people call me that, it's always confusing when I tell people that's not my last name. They're like, "What do you mean?"
You have a stage name.
I have a stage name. My
Yeah, where'd it
stage
come-
name is
where-
Ella
where-
Priya.
Where did Priya come from?
Well, Priya's Indian and
Okay.
my dad's Indian, so technically my Ella Priya is my first name. I'm Ella dash Priya, kind of like a
cute.
Mary Kate,
Okay.
but I never really go by that, and so it's always been Ella Priya, and then D'Souza is my last name.
Okay.
So like most times, or like even on like some documents, I'm just Ella D'Souza,
Right.
but technically my name is Ella Priya
Priya
D'Souza.
D'Souza.
Wait, that's
Okay.
so cute.
So you have like a double name.
I have a double
love
name.
Oh my God, Southern, she's the
I
great.
know.
It's my southern.
I know. I love it. I love it.
That's so
Okay.
cute. Sorry, finish up. I had to
No,
like, go into that.
It's important to know because people have been getting confused. But yeah, and I've lived in LA for now 2.5 years. I met Patricia
Yes.
literally like the first 2 weeks that I moved here.
Yeah.
And
Lucky person to meet. Great
lucky
person to meet.
great person to meet. Honestly, you put me on a lot. It was
Okay.
really
Good.
helpful.
Good.
Very good, Patricia.
But yeah, before living here, I lived in New York. I went to college in New York, and I lived there for almost 8 years. I want to say, yeah, because I went to college for 4
College, yeah.
years, and then after I stayed for another 3.5, almost 4, working. And before that, I lived in Rome, Italy.
Oh.
Not to
On
be
an
confused with
evening
Rome,
in
Georgia,
Rome.
which I didn't know existed until I moved here.
And do
I-
people?
oh yeah, when I went to college,
no
I'd be like,
fucking
I'm
way.
from Rome, and they'd be like, oh, Georgia. I'd be like, huh?
Italy?
No, I bet. Like Italy.
They're like, Italy? They'd be like, oh, the Eiffel Tower. But,
No.
Close.
no, wrong.
Empire
wrong,
State
wrong.
Building.
But you know, yeah, I had no idea there was a Rome, Georgia, and then I found out because people asked
And
me if I was
a
from
lot of people that go to Auburn are from Rome,
Mhm.
Georgia.
Rome,
and it is
Georgia.
like country.
It is so. That's another thing that when I moved here, I realized is so many places, obviously in the U.S., are named after other places.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like England, like all the-
Birmingham, Alabama, Birmingham, England.
it's like they're all
They're
something
so
else.
comparative. Like
But it's
Rome,
so
Georgia, Rome,
weird.
Italy. Like I'm sure they look the exact same.
Birmingham, Alabama,
Exact
Birmingham,
same.
England.
Yes.
Same
But you
thing.
know what I mean? And I was always so confused because people would say stuff and I'd be like,
Right.
oh, like, or what was it? I mean, there's like, you know, like in Connecticut and like the East Coast, it's a lot of like Connecticut or what's it called? Greenwich.
Mhm.
And all those places, which all exist other places. And it's always so confusing.
Yeah.
But, or like New York, technically York is a place in England.
And we
but-
got a history lesson
It's
today,
a
man.
lesson.
I
Sorry, I
fucking
didn't
love
mean
it.
to, I didn't mean to bring it there.
No,
but
it's great.
yeah, so I did grow up in Rome, Italy. And then before that, I was born in London. I lived there till I was 7. I went backwards on my,
I love
my
it
way,
though.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's going back to birth.
So you've lived in like the most amazing places.
I will say yes. I've
Like-
had like I've always been really lucky of having lived in like some of the most amazing cities
Yeah.
Mhm.
and all like very different cultures. But I also think that's why like when I lived in Rome, I knew I wanted to move to the US for college, but I really only wanted to move to New York. Like I looked at colleges in Boston and like some like always East Coast,
Right.
but I was like, I have to go to New York.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there's
if
no
you're going
way.
to America, like
It's New York or
And
nowhere.
even like moving from New York, I was like, I would never move to any other city. And like, I didn't even want to move to LA. Like, I
Right.
never thought of LA as a place to be. But if I were, it's like LA makes sense.
yes,
Mhm.
it does.
You know what I mean? If you tell me to go to another city now, I don't know where I'd go.
Right. What do you call home? Like when people ask you?
Rome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty great. Like,
Yeah. It's
it's
pretty
a lot different than Alabama.
yeah. Yeah.
That's
because
gorgeous.
Rome is like where I like grew up, like my like years of like high
Right.
school and
Where
middle
you made
school,
like your
where I made like most of my like
Right.
close friends. So
Mhm.
home is always that to me. And London, I only lived there till I was 7.
so it's not like you
Yeah, and I go back a lot, obviously, because my dad still lives there. But when I go back, it's like I hang out with my dad and I hang out with my friends from Rome that now live in London.
Right.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Like I don't have any friends.
I'm always scared that you're
have a
going to
lot of
say you're
friends.
moving back to New York.
I say it about once a month.
She's got New York on her neck.
I know, I do. I wear a lot of New York paraphernalia. My paraphernalia, though, is scary because people will meet me and they'll be like, oh, is your name Ella? Are you from New York and do you like tennis? And I'll be like,
How do you know that about me?
I didn't know everything about me. And they're like, it's literally on your neck. And I was like,
It's right
Oh,
here.
you're right. You're right.
you're right. You're right.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I love all your travels so much. I think you're amazing. I don't want you to move to New York, but I feel like you are a New Yorker, and I just got back from New York. And I think I've decided fully that like I'm an LA boy for the time being.
Oh,
and
really?
I'm a New Yorker when it's convenient for me. Like when I can be there for a week and know I'm going home.
Yeah.
Did that kind of make you feel better? Because I feel like you were in between moving to New York and LA.
Yeah. Well,
Like-
it's so scary because they're like the two like big cities that
Yeah.
everyone like, you know, wants to move to, or, you know, that's what I thought growing up. And which is still true, I guess. But it's so fun. I don't know. It's just they're so fucking different. And like I just like I'm really happy to be back here. The weather, number one, is just so much better. Like I look like a drowned rat, literally, like walking on the New York subways.
Because it is
It's
humid.
hot
It's
as
so
fuck
humid,
in
and
New
it's
York.
everyone walks everywhere. I'm tired of walking. Like
You're like,
I-
get me into a car.
yes,
ASAP.
no, and then they're like, I literally asked someone like they asked me out to dinner. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. And it's like, oh, it's only 0.7 miles. Let's just walk. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? First of all, like, I'm taking a car. Like, we don't. I sound really bad, like saying this, but like, we don't walk here. Like,
No, we don't.
0.7 miles here would be like a trek. And I also like why even put in effort getting ready and like looking cute and feeling good when I just show up to the bar or like
Completely.
restaurant looking like I've just run a 5K or like I've just drowned in the water. Like,
Yeah.
But are the
So-
Ubers still really expensive in New York?
they're very expensive.
Yeah.
And then I tried the subway a couple times. Love the experience. It's good for certain occasions, but it's very hot. And then I love more than anything the e-bikes, the city
Yes.
bikes. That is my fucking shit. If you go to New York and you don't bike, you've done it wrong.
I completely agree. And the
Great.
e-bikes are like gold.
Yeah.
If you go to a city bike station and there's an e-bike, you have hit the jackpot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the new white ones?
No.
Okay, so they got they upgraded the city bikes from I was back in New York in December. Then I went back this month and they have new city bikes that are white. The motors are insane. You feel like you're on a moped.
Oh my god.
You
I
go
love
so
that.
fast. My other friends had the regular old like e-bikes and I was just flying through, almost got hit by so many.
Yeah, I know. And you're on your phone, like recording
Oh
yourself. And
my
I was like,
God.
oh my God, Tristan's gonna.
I know I need one of those like tripods that hooks onto the bikes because I'd make some great content.
You would
And it'd be
get
good for
content.
directions because I pride myself in trying to learn a new area. So I'm just like, I'll look at my phone one time at the beginning and I'm like, okay, like 18th Broadway, this,
Yeah.
and I'm like try not to check until I feel like, oh fuck, I'm lost.
Yeah.
And I try to only take like the biking routes, like where
Good.
they have that
Yep.
on the street. But it's an adventure and it's my preferred transportation method.
I can agree with that. I love biking in New York. They also have Revel,
yes.
which is like actual mopeds.
Oh.
And they came out like really right before the pandemic, and so I only used them when I was still lived there, like
Right.
a couple of times, and then every time I go back now, like most of my friends live in Brooklyn, and in Brooklyn it's way easier to go around on the Revel. Like
Right.
in Manhattan you also can't park in a lot of places, so it's like complicated, but in Brooklyn it's like the best thing ever.
Love that.
And my friends only like they don't do it by themselves because
Right.
they're scared. So when I'm there, she'll like Anna, who you guys have met, she'll always be like, "I'll only go with you if you're driving,"
Right.
because
Oh my God.
I would never do it by myself.
We need to say hey to Anna.
I know,
I know
we
we
have
have to say hey to
Hi,
Hannah.
Hey Anna, we love you, miss
We
you. I
love
feel
you.
horrible. I should have texted her that I was in New York.
I know you should.
my God, I'm
have.
feeling
She
an
was actually
asshole.
gone for a wedding last weekend, so maybe
Okay,
you wouldn't have
that's
seen her.
great.
So we
Okay.
can feel better about
Well,
it.
next
Yes.
time, like definitely, or Coachella next year again.
Yeah,
but
obviously. Well, the dip house.
The d-
it
the
will,
dip
yeah,
house.
it goes without saying.
Goes without saying.
It's
Just
a
already
little
on
soft,
that deck.
soft launch of our dip house.
Yeah, you'll be hearing a lot about it. Soon.
Right, right. Okay, so I know this, but people don't. You moved from New York to LA for what?
I moved to New York from I
Or
moved
to
to LA from New York to work for David,
Yes.
which is how I met most of you guys. I had met David before because I used to work for Casey Neistat, who's like another YouTuber at a startup that he did called 368, and I was doing like production there. I worked there for almost 2 years, and we did a bunch of stuff, obviously. When I graduated college, I've always been in the like creator space
Right.
because before that I worked at Samsung, but I worked with YouTubers. So I've always kind of been in that space, and I always really liked it, and I was always into YouTube and just like that the digital space. I think it was like where everything was going, which is where it is.
Right.
But
I'm a fucking genius. So
fucking genius. I fucking called it.
I knew it.
But yeah, we did a pop-up with David at 368 for his merch, and I met all of them there, and we like kind of just all became friends. I took them out, like I kind of showed them around the city. So yeah, we became friends, and then they were looking for someone. They actually asked me to move out here before I did, and I said no because I wouldn't want to move to LA, and it was for like it was more like an assistant position. And at the time I was like quote unquote head of production at 368, mostly because I was the only person doing it. So
right,
I
but
made
the title
myself head
still
of stuff.
stands. Yeah.
Oh my god, I was going through my LinkedIn yesterday, and I was like, my LinkedIn makes 0 sense.
Right.
I went from being like assistant account executive to like junior account executive to head of production to then back down to like a project manager to then back to like a experiential producer. Like it makes no sense.
No.
But anyway,
It's a pretty good one though.
yeah, it makes sense. But and then when they did call me, it was like mid-pandemic. I had just gotten kind of laid off just because my company that I was working at the time was this company called Mass Appeal. They like, COVID.
Right.
A lot of companies, it was like also a contract base. So I was just in my apartment for like 2 months doing nothing. Honestly, not to lie, I was trying to get famous on TikTok.
Right.
Yeah.
As was half of the world.
Yes.
Of course.
Well, of course, I was like my roommate at the time in New York, who she's like amazing. She was like doing like a master's online. So like in the morning we'd like have breakfast together, and she'd be like go into her room and do her class. I'd be like, okay, bye.
Bye.
And then I'd go into my room and I'd put on like outfits and I'd make TikToks.
Set up your ring light.
Set up my ring light. I was like, I also like got into really like DIY. I was like painting shoes. I was making clothes. So like I
Right.
was being creative.
Yes.
Yeah.
But she would like walk into my room like in between breaks of class, and she'd be like, "What are you doing?"
What are you- what's
and I'd
going
be
on?
like on my bed, like, oh, "Hey!"
Hey, girl.
Doing nothing.
Literally doing nothing.
But the feeling like during that time in COVID, it was so fun to like go viral and
Oh
because
my
like
God.
it was the only excitement that you had, and it was just like such a fun, like refreshing little like burst of energy,
Literally.
and you're like, shit.
And
like, I feel
TikTok
good.
then was so much better than it is now, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It was gold.
Yeah.
We talk about it all the time.
It's
We
too
miss the
calculated now,
dances.
right.
Like I just love
Same.
all the dances, and I think the Southern boys on TikTok are bringing back the dances.
They
Like
kind of are.
They are the
Even
forefront.
they're really kind
They're
of
so
cringe,
cringe,
but
though.
like they're bringing it back.
Yeah, they're like, and I thank them for their work and their service to our TikTok
Well, of course.
routines. But they're bringing. I feel like we're getting back into a place of like more TikTok dances, more casual people.
I hope so, because I agree. It's like not that fun anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But
during
COVID, like
It was peak-
like
peak
2020. And I remember like all of I had downloaded it like November, maybe 2019 or like beginning of 2020. No, 2019, because that was COVID. And none of my friends had it. And they were
Right.
like giving me so much shit for having it. And I was like, you guys just fucking download
Get it.
Like,
It's
get it.
great.
And then, of course, when the pandemic started, everyone was like, okay, I guess I'll fucking download.
Yeah.
And then everyone's addicted.
Obsessed
And
with
all my
it.
friends would be texting me because I'd be like, you guys are making a TikTok today. Like, you guys better go watch it. And they'd be like, I don't understand how you're not viral yet. Like, this is
This
so
is so
good.
weird.
But also,
Yeah,
their
crazy.
standard for good TikToks was absolutely nothing because
Yeah.
they had just downloaded it. So
Right.
they're like,
Their algorithm
I'm
was
like, have you seen Charlie D'Amelio though yet? And they're like, who? I'm like, you don't get
Mm-mm.
TikTok yet.
No.
Until you've seen the Queen, you don't know.
Yeah, until you've seen the Queen and she's graced your presence, you know, don't know shit.
But it's crazy. Like I feel like I've seen like videos of people talking about how they don't see Charlie D'Amelio on TikTok, and I don't think I've ever seen her.
Anymore or like
Anymore.
Yeah, anymore. Yeah, because I feel like she also just makes less,
Right. Right.
and
like,
it's more. Yeah. It's
well, you
just,
get
like,
to a
her
point of like
chillin'.
celebrity, like
Yeah,
when
they're
you're,
like
it's the
celebrities.
transition
It's
of
like
like
Addison Rae too.
yeah, like transition
Poor
of like
Addison Rae.
influencer. Oh my god, with oh my god, Monty and Sherry
Oh.
Nicole at the VMAs together.
Young Gravy and Sherry
Young
Nicole.
Oh,
Gravy
oh my
and
god,
Sherry Nicole.
not Monty, Jesus.
Hell no, not mine.
Young
Monty's
Gravy.
selfies on the.
It's just
It
crazy.
literally like, makes me cringe
Yeah.
so hard.
I just want to know like what the whole situation. Like I want to know how it came about. Like, did he ask her? Like, was it like a prom invite? Like,
I mean,
did
it's
he?
definitely it's a
Definitely-
press.
Well,
Right.
yeah,
It's a-
but like, there's
a
got to be
publicity
something
stunt.
fun with it there. Like,
Right.
I
think-
choose to believe that it was fun. I know it was like all press, but like surely like they had fun with it. I mean, they were like making out all night.
Yeah, which is
so
like
weird.
I feel like they didn't have to do that.
That
Right.
was like a bit like also like isn't he like our age?
Yes,
Yeah.
he's 26, I think.
And such a good guy, would never say a bad word about him.
No, I know you love him.
He's so great. Okay, I want to ask you about your routine when you get back into New York, because I know, like, for me, it's always a pit in the bottom of my stomach that you are going to move back there eventually, and it just scares me. But I always know that we'll have a home in New York, like when we are to go there, and a nice meal for us, because you're a great
Oh,
chef.
definitely.
Yes.
So what's your routine when you get back into New York? Like, do you go to sleep? Do you like text people? Do they text you? Do you alert the press? Like, how does that work?
Definitely alert the press. You're saying like when I go there like to visit now?
Yeah, like,
okay.
or if you're there for like,
I'm going next week. I'm going on Friday. So.
Yeah, that's what I was, yeah. So like not like for work or anything, but I
Yeah.
know you have like, you know, work there sometimes, but like what's your traditional like routine? Where do you stay? What do you do?
Okay, that's a good question. I think as of
Thank you.
as of the past 2 years, as I said, most of my friends now live in Brooklyn, and I always stay with friends when I go back.
Yeah.
So as of right now, my routine for the past couple times that I've been, I get to the airport, you know, take a little Uber to right now Greenpoint, which is where Anna lives, and I normally stay with her. All my friends live with like Williamsburg, Greenpoint, like all around like east of Brooklyn. Depending on what time I get there.
Right.
Normally I would start like a day routine would be wake up, go to the deli, get a bagel.
Yeah. Amazing.
Sesame seed, cream cheese, and bacon.
Do you have a favorite
Love
spot?
No, I don't have a favorite bagel spot because my favorite bagels are just deli bagels.
They are really good.
Like I'm not a fancy bagel kind of gal.
Right.
Like
You just
all
want
the
a-
like famous bagel places.
They're not good.
I will say Thompson Square is really, really fucking good.
Tompkins Square is also really good, but it's like to me those bagels are like a meal. Like I would
Yeah.
almost have that for lunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Like if I'm having a breakfast bagel, I'm not putting a lot of stuff in it.
No.
Like I'm like a cream cheese bacon or bacon egg and cheese kind of gal.
Okay, me too.
And like squished, yummy,
and
you
like
know,
not too big.
not
like,
too like
yeah.
bready kind of thing. Yeah. So that's why like any corner store deli will be fine
Yeah.
for me for a day.
Also, can we talk about their late night snack selections? Like I went
the best.
out the other night and I was just ended up by myself. I somehow had my AirPods on, like the huge fucking AirPod Maxes, because I had
goodness.
brought them to dinner for some reason because I was trying to like walk and, you know, be New Yorkie. And I went in and just the options I was greeted at this like bodega, deli, whatever it was, incredible. Like mozzarella sticks, ginormous sandwiches, cold sandwiches, hot sandwiches, chicken fingers, macaroni, like pizza. Like
It's the best.
that's insane.
That's why that's one of the things that I hate about LA is here it's like even if it's 2 a.m., which quote unquote is late, but like not that late,
Right.
the only things you have are McDonald's, Taco Bell, and like
Like a diner.
Wendy's.
Yeah.
Right.
It's not.
not even a diner. There's like 3 diners
Right.
that are open past midnight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
In New York, you can get a full fucking meal
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
want.
Like a
Like-
pasta meal.
Yeah.
Like
You could go sit at a restaurant if
Right.
you wanted to, kind of thing. And that's always like, especially like pizza. Like the New York drunk snack is pizza, right?
Yeah.
There's not late night pizza here.
No.
No, it's so
0.
sad.
There's that one place, but it's not good.
Which one?
Diamore's?
Never even been there.
Yeah, no.
But like you just need like a slice.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can go
And
to
like a
Joe's
huge
fucking
slice.
pizza
And get a huge
and
slice.
get a huge fucking slice for $1.75, and
It's
it's the best thing you'll ever
Yep.
eat.
I had one right before we went to the club the other night. It was like Saturday night. My flight was Sunday at 7 a.m. It boarded at 6. And we literally were like outside from the bar. We went to this place called Berlin, which is like one of the best places I've ever been. They played the best music, by the way. I just want to
Kinda
say
small,
it.
though.
Yeah, I just want to say it on here so I would remember what
Yeah.
it was. And then we what did we do? Oh, we left the bar, went and got like 3 slices of pizza because I was starving. And at that point, it was like 3 o'clock. And then, of course, I would get
Had
like
to go to the airport.
30 minutes of sleep. And then I go to the airport. But that pizza really helped me through. And
Well,
I
you
was just
needed
very
it.
thankful for it.
Mhm.
As you should be.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's the best. Like, anyways, love pizza. That's why it's so many more
Yes.
options in New York for anything.
I agree.
More options for bars, more options for restaurants, more
Bar-
options for like
When you're in the East Village too, I feel like those bars are just like you just bebop right around.
yeah,
you can
it's
just
like,
walk.
You don't like this one? Walk
Let's
to the
walk right next to
one.
another one. Yeah.
LA, it's like you don't like one? Okay, well,
Okay,
you have to
let's-
call an Uber. You got to get 20-minute drive. You
You
won't
have
be
to
drunk
wait
by
in
the time
line.
You
you
should
get
just
there.
go
Yeah.
home. Like,
Just fucking go
Everything
home.
closes
Yeah.
at 2, which is honestly kind of a blessing sometimes, but also it just like it takes.
It is or it isn't though.
Right.
Because not that I want to stay out, not that I even stay out that late in New York, but like
to have the
when you say they close at 2, they realistically close like 1:30, 1:45.
Right.
They're
Mhm.
turning the lights on
Yes.
you.
right.
So like you might be having like even if it was open till 4, I might still leave at 2:30.
right
Right.
But I need that option.
option to
Yeah.
have like that extra little
Exactly.
cushion.
We shouldn't have a curfew. Like, we
No.
should be able to just live life.
I just want to live life.
I think
And then it's like, oh, let's go to an after party. No.
And you end up going out so much earlier too. Like
Yes.
I'm used to going to dinner, staying at dinner till late, then going out. Here it's like you have to go to dinner early because if you get to a bar like at midnight, you only have like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
right.
So
if
it's
that.
like it's over.
Yeah.
If
like
that.
when we were in New York, Matt was like, "Don't we need to go soon?" I'm like, "It's 10 o'clock.
We have time, baby.
We have so much time. Like things don't people don't get to bars until
11,
midnight.
11:30
Yeah.
max
Yeah.
minimum.
Wow. I think that's the one thing that I decided on my New York LA journey is that I'm New York nightlife, LA day life because and LA
completely
weather
agree.
just like in general.
I agree with
But
that.
I do like the cold. I think everyone looks really great in winter clothes. I think like black jeans, big black jacket, like looks great. So like I think I'd want to like live in New York a couple weeks in the winter and then the fall because like the leaves and stuff.
Well, in my opinion, the best times to be in New York are between September and like end of November, December, because September is May and September are one of my favorite months in New York because the weather is so
Perfect.
nice.
Yeah.
It's like not too hot. It's like everyone's walking around. You might need like a little jean jacket, but it's so chill.
Oh, that's what I need.
The fall is so
Yeah.
nice. And then because of global warming, unfortunately, it doesn't get that cold quickly anymore. So
Right.
like I remember Halloween of like 2 years ago when I was in New York, I was in a fucking t-shirt
Right.
Right.
in New York at Halloween, and it was so bizarre. But like 3 years before, it was like snowing and we were in like puffer jackets.
Right.
Right.
But now it doesn't really get cold till like January, February, and those are the worst months.
I know. I went in March one time and it was miserably
yeah.
cold. Yeah.
I love the cold.
I do too.
You
great.
love it for a second,
Yeah.
and then you hate it immediately.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I was saying to my friend Peter, who I stayed with. Thank you, Peter, by the way. But I was telling him like I just like I love the sight of snow, but like the minute it starts sticking and it gets dirty and it ruins my shoes, like I'm completely out at
You're
this
mad.
time. Yeah.
And then I feel like in the winter too, you kind of just get stuck in your house, like your apartment.
Yes,
Yes and no.
but like that's one of the things that I also like. I love LA weather, but I do kind of miss
I
seasons.
miss seasons
because
so much.
nothing changes.
Right.
Like I like that your lifestyle changes
Yes.
between summer and winter in New York, because it's like it's winter in New York, then you're like, oh, we're going to the movies, or you're like having dinner at your house, or like
Right.
you're just going to dinner, and then maybe you're going to a bar, but it's like you're not going to do that much, and it's like nice to have that break.
Yeah.
And then when it's summer, everyone's going fucking crazy. You're
Right.
going out at any single time of the day. It's like drinks,
Yes.
and it's nice.
But here it's
It's the same thing all year.
Which is like a blessing and a curse. Like you have
Yeah.
the option all year long, but like it just needs to. I like the seasonalities of New York.
yeah. I mean, I feel like we've had a birthday party every single week for the
my
every
God.
weekend for the past
Literally 5
since
months.
January. Honestly, since
Yeah,
your birthday.
how do like pre-games work in New York? Like, because I mean, I feel like ours are like every time I visit, it's different. But like living there, like I've only been to a couple, and they're like smaller because the apartments are smaller. So like, is that a thing even?
Honestly, no. Like after college, obviously, because college we would pregame, but when everyone like lived in the city and like also not necessarily close to each other, we wouldn't, unless we're going somewhere like really close to someone's apartment, we would rarely pregame. It would more so be like you go get a drink somewhere else before.
Yeah, I like that. I think I'm at the point in my life where like I don't want to pregame like that hard. Like I want to have a couple drinks, but like I don't want to show up at the bar like absolutely toast.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I need to show up at the bar like.
But that's
Little
what we were
buzz.
saying of like how New York has different kinds of places, because in LA, it's like there's either the bar that has the music, which is basically a club, or it's like a bar that has no music and it's like kind of like a weird vibe
Stuffy
and you're
and
just
just-
standing there around.
Right.
In New York, it's like you go to like a cute little bar where you can sit outside or inside and have like a little drink
Cocktail. Yeah.
as a pregame.
It's so nice.
And then you go to like the bar that has the music and you're dancing, and then you can go have a nightcap.
Yep.
Me and my
Stop
friends
selling
love
me on it
nightcap.
again. Jesus.
I know. Gosh.
See, I'm so indecisive. I just keep going back and forth. And we've always talked about, like, even when we were at Auburn, like how much fun it'd be to live in New York. But, like,
Yeah.
it'd be really fun if, like, one of our friends just bought I think I said it on last week's episode, but, like, we were met, whatever. Like, if someone, like, bought a condo and then it's like a timeshare. Like, we could all pitch in.
Well, that's what I was gonna say to like put you off of it. I would say, because even right now, like I want to
It's
move back.
so expensive right now.
It's not at this point in our lives where we're at this like mid-20s age. I wouldn't move back to New York now until I know that I have enough money to be comfortable.
Right.
Because even when I was there, like, you know, I was living in a kind of shitty apartment. Like, I got a good deal for rent. But
Yeah.
if I moved back right now, for what I'm paying for my rent here, I would get absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I would maybe
Oh,
get a studio apartment.
We probably
Yeah.
couldn't even get a studio apartment.
No.
now with
That's what
we're
I'm
paying.
saying. So, like, I want to move back to New York, and I want to move back when I can be like, I can live in a nice place that I like, and I can live the life that I want to live.
That
I
you
don't wanna-
deserve.
Yeah, because at like 28, 29, 30, I don't want to fucking be like counting coins and being like, oh, I don't know if I can go out to dinner tonight because I have to pay for it's too
right.
expensive, or living in like a little 1-bedroom apartment or having a roommate. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I get that.
So
100%.
I would say you will, but wait till you're successful and rich.
Okay,
Which
cool.
you already are successful, but when you get richer.
Yeah.
Like-
when I just get richer.
Yeah.
Love.
Okay, so you have kind of entered the world of DJing. How's that journey going for you?
Honestly, I love it.
Like,
I fucking love it.
You have to tell everyone how this even happened because I think
I
it's the
know.
best thing.
It's so funny. Well, I've always kind of wanted to, and like especially like I have a lot of friends who are like Isaac, who I do the parties with, and
Right.
I have a couple other friends who are DJs, and I've always been like, I could definitely do this.
Because you always play the best music at like whenever we'd go to
right,
Mike
like
and
I always
Adam's
pride
or-
myself in
And
like
your playlists.
exactly like I make good playlists. I'm great on aux, and realistically, like being like knowing what to play is one of the most important
Yep.
things.
Right.
But so last year, when I was like freelancing for like 2 months, I had like downloaded the software and I was like, I'm gonna learn how to DJ. And I started to, and then I got a job, so I kind of lost track of it.
Right.
And then we were at a party all together, a birthday party, and this guy who we know, who like books people for DJing and like runs some of these bars, he came up to me, super random by the way. I don't know why he thought this, but he came up to me and was like, "Do you DJ?" I wasn't doing anything. I was
Right.
just dancing. And I was like, "Yeah." Completely, like I was completely just
I love
hell
the
yeah.
confidence
Yeah.
in
I
it.
was
DJ
like,
in
yeah.
my car.
and he was like, "Wait, really?" And I was like, "Yeah, for sure." He's like, "Oh my god, like we're doing this bar opening next week. Like you should definitely DJ it." And I was like, "Yeah, for sure. Like let me know."
Okay.
And at this point, I like didn't know if he was getting that I was being sarcastic or not, but I just kind of rode with it, and I was
Right.
like, "Yeah, definitely."
Yes, absolutely.
Hell yes.
Hell yes. And then we like left that night, and I was like, I don't know, we'll see. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't even think about it. And then the next day, he bumped into like Taylor and said something to her, being like, "I think Ella's gonna DJ this thing." And Taylor, of course, feeds into it, and she's like, "Oh my god, that is the best idea ever. She's so good.
That is so her.
You have to do that, whatever."
Right.
And so then he like texted me, and luckily it got pushed by like a week,
Yeah.
because otherwise it was going to be literally 2 days after. And he was like, "Hey, so are you down to do it next week for the opening? Like we're going to have you and these other 2 DJs." And I was like, "Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm down. I'm in."
I have a week
And
now to.
So for a week, I literally
DJing for dummies.
went back. No, I'm not joking. I watched like all the YouTube videos of like beginner things you need to know to DJ. Like watched all of them. I downloaded all the software. I was getting all these songs, and then a friend of mine here who's a DJ, he had randomly texted me about something else, and I was like, "Hey, like, do you want to come over for dinner?" And he was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Maybe bring your DJ stuff so you can like teach me a few things."
Yeah.
And completely bamboozled him into a 4-hour DJ lesson.
Hell yes.
But I did cook for him.
Yeah.
Yes,
So it's okay.
absolutely.
And
Like,
you make great food.
Exactly.
Yes.
So he gave me a little crash course the night before. He like gave me a bunch of songs too, which was good because I didn't have a lot.
right.
And then I kind of just went into it, and I was so nervous before we went on. I was like literally like shaking because I was like, I know it will be fine, but I don't want to be that person who like the music goes silent and you're just
Yeah.
like,
Oh, what
"Ah!"
happens
And you
next?
had
What-
all your
out.
friends there too. Like we were all
Yeah,
there to
I
like.
invited everyone. It was like our whole friend group.
Yeah.
Which was good though because then I felt more confident because like
Right.
even if I was doing shit, everyone was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
this is awesome."
You're so great.
exactly.
And we're gonna
You
fill.
were.
Yeah, if it was gonna be like if there were any silences, we would have filled them with screams.
Exactly. So it's always good to have groupies.
Right.
But yeah, so we did
Were
it the
you a
first
groupie?
night, and it went really well.
It did.
I think like everyone had a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
Oh, I was. Yeah. Having a blast.
And it's one of those things where like I have to practice. Obviously,
Right.
like my transitions are definitely not Diplo level.
Yeah.
That's
But
random.
you know what? They're fine.
Yeah. No,
They're
I
good
think they
enough.
were great. They didn't.
You want to remix our Grits to Glam theme song?
Oh hell yeah!
That'd be kind of fun.
It's the-
I should just add it to my set,
Yes,
and then randomly just
honored.
play
please.
it. When
Yeah.
you guys walk in, I'll play the grits again.
Oh my gosh, that would be
really.
great.
I'd
That'd
feel
be
really
really
famous.
funny.
I'm looking for like one of those like random songs to put in there because you know how like Vinny and them always play the Breaking Free song
Yeah.
from High
Yes.
School Musical. So I'm like looking for like a song like that because I do feel like what I play is all like everyone knows the songs, which
Right.
is why I love it.
Right.
But I want like a really random one.
Little Einstein.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Took
Oh
the
my
words out of my
God,
mouth.
That's a good one.
That was
a
the.
good one.
That's what every time I would go to this bar called Bourbon in Auburn, it's like the Ratchet Freshman Bar, and we'd go as literally like juniors, and I'd make the DJ because they're all younger, like freshmen. Well, not freshmen, sorry, but they're all like younger freshmen in the bar, and I'd make them play Little Einstein's remix, and it's like everyone got so fucking
Going
high.
on.
In our favorite rocket ship, zooming through, like
the
you'd
sky.
be surprised
Little
how
Einstein.
excited people get.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my.
I'll give
Okay.
you a couple suggestions. We also He Chose Me is a really good one. I don't know if you know that one. I'll send it to you.
I don't
But
know if I know that
the
one.
I don't know
girls-
that one.
I mean, the only song that Tristan does request consistently is "Beauty and a Beat" by Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
best song in the world, by the way.
By the way, not
By the
I
way,
completely agree.
Would
By the way.
never like not request that song.
I mean, the music video also iconic.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the one thing I had a problem with. If you ever get to the DJing point where you do music videos along with your, sounds, like we went to this Taylor Swift night. It was like DJ night. The DJ was like hype as fuck. He was a real Swiftie.
Right.
And had a great time, but all the music videos were different like songs. Like you're
I
already
hate when they do that.
Yeah, like you're already playing the song, babe. Like just put
Play the
like
music
sync
video.
the
Right.
video. And it's gonna be a couple hours extra of work, but it makes the whole experience so much
That much better.
I agree. Well, that's like, remember when you like used to look for songs on YouTube and you'd think it was the real music video, and then you'd click on it, but it
It's
would
like
just
the
be
lyric
clips from them,
videos or something. Yeah.
and it'd be like, wait, what?
No.
But they would be edited really well that you're like, maybe this is the video?
Right.
Right.
And you're like,
I'm confused.
yeah.
But yeah.
So you do the I Like You parties too?
Yeah, so I've been doing the I Like You parties with Isaac for like a year or two now. Like we
Okay.
started like when the pandemic kind of like
How'd y'all
settled
meet?
down. Me and Isaac met a while ago now. We've known each other for probably like 4 years now.
Wow.
And we actually met because he slid into my DMs
Love.
when I was still working in New York in 368, and I saw it and never responded because also like at the time, like I didn't have any followers. Like it was just like my friends, and then this random person DM'd me, and I was like, "Who are you?" And he had followers, and I was like, "What?"
This is weird.
And
Yeah.
then I remember asking my friend Greta, who you guys also know, who at the time worked at an influencer agency, because like she had it in common. And she was like, "Oh, like we rep him," and I was like, "Oh, like he randomly DM'd me, whatever." And then we met in person at a party,
Yeah.
and we like talked about it, and he like confronted me, and he was like, "You never responded to my DM," and I was like, "Well, I
that
don't know
was
what the fuck
fucking
you
weird.
wanted."
Yeah. Like
So that's kind of how we met, and then we like quickly understood that like we're gonna be friends.
yeah.
Right.
This isn't,
It
you
wasn't
know?
it. Yeah. Got it.
And then yeah, we just like always stayed close and stayed friends, and I've helped him like before even the parties, because I Like You as a brand as well, right? We make
Yeah.
merch and like clothing
And like
and the stickers. We have the stickers.
I have mine too.
It's no, I
It's a great
love the
sticker.
stickers because exactly everyone loves them,
Yeah.
and I will see them all over.
It's such good free marketing.
It's such, and in New York, I don't know if you saw, they're everywhere.
Yeah, and when I would tell people, or like, I don't know how it would get brought up. I think they'd see the sticker on my phone, and they'd be like, "Oh, we have those parties." And then when some of my friends from New York came in from Coachella, they recognized I Like You, and they're like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're going to one of the parties."
Yeah.
And they were like, "We have that in New York." I was like, "Yeah,
It's
bitch."
literally like a niche New York thing where it's like if you're in New York, most people around our age know about it in some scenario.
Because
Because
Yeah.
Isaac's also like, a niche celebrity in New York. Like everyone knows him. He's an amazing DJ.
Right.
He's also just like
He's really good.
everywhere. You walk in New York, you will most likely bump into Isaac at some
Right.
point if you're walking in Soho. But yeah, so I helped him with a bunch of stuff like at the beginning, like his website and whatnot when I was still in New York. And then we started doing the parties, and the first time he asked me to host it, but I also just helped him out with the whole thing. I went early, I set it up, like blah blah
Right.
blah. And our friend Amrit was also doing it with us, and they would DJ, and I would like kind of do the everything before that.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah, so we started doing it, and it was so fun, and people loved it.
Yeah.
And then he became bigger on TikTok, so TikTok helped us get a lot of people to come to the parties
Right.
too.
Yeah.
Because we started at really small venues, and then we did one, I want to say it was like last year maybe, around Fashion Week. We did a Fashion Week party at this huge venue, and there was a line out the door till 2 a.m.
Hell yes.
Damn.
Like over 2,000 people showed up for a venue that fit 800 people inside.
Oh my god.
Are y'all okay? So you're having another party.
We're having
next
another
week?
party.
Are you
next
DJing?
I told him I'd be down to like hop on.
Okay.
But then these are scenarios where I'm like embarrassed because it's Isaac, Silent Addy, who's this other DJ that we work with a lot, who's amazing. So they're both really good.
Right.
Yeah.
So like it would be so weird to like go from like a really good DJ and then it's like Ella doing like tippy tippy tippy, and then like a really good DJ again. They'd be like, what the
What?
You accidentally play Little Einsteins.
Exactly.
Woo, that is the wrong playlist.
My bad.
At the Fashion Week party too, where we like, get
Grits
like
to
a lot of
glam,
good
yeah.
people coming and be like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but I'll see how I feel.
Okay.
Well, I'm rooting for you. That'd
Yeah.
be really fun.
You guys
That
should
I Like You
come.
party this year, or the one in this past October.
Yeah,
I met Jacob Elordi, so that was
fun. He did come to our party, which was
Gosh.
kind
And
of crazy.
I was out of town for that one, and it's still it's just so fucked up. Like I'm so sad about it.
Ugh,
But
I
I've
know.
gone to other ones.
We're gonna
They've
do
been
another
really
one in
great.
LA soon. We were just
Good.
talking about it.
I know we
Good.
need like a darty vibe, like something really fun.
That's what we were talking about. Like I kind of want to do one like at a house,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be fun.
but those are always so much harder.
Maybe like near the beach would be kind of cute.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I would love a coast view.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll write these notes
Yeah,
down.
if you could just, I don't know, pencil
No,
that in.
Tristan will
Well,
send you the exact Airbnb you
It's
want.
actually at Tristan's party, sponsored by I Like You.
Yes.
Yeah, we really need to do once we like make it huge in the podcast charts and whatnot, which is like already happening. We need to do Grits Glam, X I Like You. I think that would just be really, and then we could do
Already
like
putting it out there.
I like grits, I like glam.
Oh, I like
And I
it.
like
you.
And I like you.
Holy shit, are you?
You have to do
serious?
it in Isaac. I like you.
Yes, literally. I'm literally a genius the way my mind works.
So genius.
Thank you. Well, Ella, we are obsessed with you. You know that. And thank you for coming
Thank
on.
you for coming. I want
Oh
you
my
to
God,
come on
thank you
again.
guys for having me. I feel like I talked a lot.
No, I mean,
no, it's been great.
that's what we love about it. Like,
Yeah.
we love, I mean, we talk all the fucking time. So it's great.
It's great to have somebody else on here too to talk
And
to.
like with your busy schedule, like touring around the world, like
Right.
DJing, like it's hard. Ella's going to be coming to a city near y'all soon. Like,
Very soon.
swipe up for tour dates and
Yep.
stuff.
for tour dates.
Yep.
It's really fucked up. Swiping up is not a thing anymore,
I
by the
I
way.
know.
know.
Tap.
Click.
Link.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and everyone can do
Hate
it. And it was like right when I got 10K, and I was like, okay, well, I'll just go
now
fuck
everyone can have their
myself.
links, yeah.
It's like I could finally do a swipe up.
Yeah.
That's really
Yeah.
annoying.
I remember the day I hit 10K. First of all, greatest day of my life. I made this little video, and it was like all about like me being able to do swipe ups for everyone. Like for any brand, I would sell out. Like it does not matter. Like I will do a swipe up for you, but no more swipe ups. But I will do taps, and I will do
Sell
any
those
brand.
out
We
too.
will, we
yeah.
will still sell
Yeah.
taps.
Yes,
Yes.
of course I'll sell out.
Yes, of course.
Oh, and
Well,
I know. Fuck, I forgot to talk about one thing. The reason I'm wearing a hat and will be wearing a hat for the next couple episodes is because my life was ruined because, as you'll know, I am a Great Clips partner. And I should have stayed. I always go to Great Clips. Like, that is my thing. Like, it's tried and true. I trust it. But I went to New York to a cute barber shop because I'm like, why not? It looks cool. Like, it's
Right.
so, like, it's nice. Like, I don't spend a lot of money on my haircuts because I'm about convenience and doing it every 2 weeks. This man fucked up my hair so bad, and I will never forgive him for what I've done. And I tipped him like $20 or like $15 or $20, whatever it was. It was so much more than I normally pay for a haircut. Like, and I was just like, oh my God. So I will be wearing a hat indefinitely.
well, your hair grows back quickly, so.
It's just like, it's giving Mohawk vibes right now. And like, I'm heartbroken and
Well,
devastated.
maybe you like lean into it. Why don't you just go for
Yeah,
a mohawk
can we
vibe?
get a reveal?
God, no. I look like
Oh,
that
sure.
character from The Incredibles. And like, you know, the one with the ginormous like, spiky hair. Kristen, if you're watching this, please insert a picture of The Incredibles hair. Like, that's what I look like.
Well, let's see it.
No, I can't step out of the house
Please.
anymore. No, it's so bad. I was
Please.
gonna show y'all, but I can't. Like it's making me feel so self-conscious and gross. Like I hate it. And you know, I'm sure that man, he was so nice, but like you fucked up. Like you done
fucked up.
goofed at this time.
You ruined my life.
Well, go back to Great Clips, babe.
Yeah,
Never
so
stray away.
With that being said, like I will not be going anywhere else except for Great Clips. So if you ask me to go somewhere else, I'm not. Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, anyway,
Anyway,
I just
Thank
had
you
to
so
tell
much for
every-
coming on. This has been so much fun.
Yeah, tell us where we can watch your TikToks. We can follow you.
Oh, you know, just my first name
Yes.
Ella
Priya.
Priya.
on Instagram, TikTok, and that's about it.
Love. You don't have a Tumblr you want to like promote?
Yeah, maybe like my MySpace.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Hell
that'd be really
Facebook.
cool.
Spotify.
Spotify actually.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
actually.
actually, we need to link your Spotify.
Yes, we will.
And if you need any playlists for like pre-games or like, you'll
She's
find
got it.
every vibe you
I
possibly
have
need.
all the different vibes, and that's one of my like most proudest like platform,
Yeah.
honestly. Like when I got like 600 likes on my bangers only playlist, I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm a fucking Spotify
Yeah.
influencer.
It's a really good
Yeah.
playlist, by
and
the
also
way.
like they should be paying me.
Right. Why aren't they? Spotify.
We have so many Spotify listeners, and so you'll really need to
You really need to push my playlist and push Spotify to pay
do
me so I'll make
something.
more.
Yes.
Do
Yeah.
something. What
Yeah.
do
Do
you
something
want?
for her.
Well, thank you so
thank
much.
you.
We love you.
Thank you guys so much. I love you guys.
This has been
This
fun.
is so exciting.
You want to
say
go?
anything?
Well, we'll see y'all next week on Grits to Glam. We'll be back in the studio still. Rate us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, subscribe on YouTube. Still hitting at 1,000 subscribers strong. Thank you guys. Love y'all.
Oh, and we have some hats in the work, so keep your eyes out for that.
Mhm.
Merch?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited.
We'll give you one to wrap.
I
Yep.
must, I
If you're
must need a
lucky,
hat.
you can enter the giveaway.
Oh, thank you so much.
We
We'll
might
give
have
you
a
one.
little giveaway for some hats, so be
Yep.
on the lookout for
Yes.
that. And they're gonna be cute. We gotta
I'm so
design them first, but
excited.
they're gonna be cute. All right,
Okay,
bye guys.
Thank you.
It's the grits, it's the glam, it's the grits, and ooh,